Hi, I'm Olivia, and today's happy nugget comes from the USS Arizona Memorial. The USS Arizona was an American battleship, bombed and sunk by the Japanese during their attack on Pearl Harbor, December 7, 1941. 15 minutes into the attack, a Japanese bomber dropped an almost 2,000-pound projectile, penetrating the forward deck of the ship. The explosion ignited aviation fuel stores and the powder magazines for the 14-inch guns, instantly killing 1,177 sailors and Marines, the single greatest loss of life in United States naval history. The fires from the explosion burned everything in their path and continued burning for 2.5 days. The ship became a tomb for its crew, who were declared buried at sea. Many of the ship's parts were reused and salvaged for the war effort. But the visible remains of the USS Arizona rest where she fell, just off the coast of Ford Island. For decades, dedicated Hawaiian civilians and state and federal officials struggled to obtain congressional approval and to raise funds and support to build a memorial. In 1962, a memorial was finally inaugurated to honor the lives lost at Pearl Harbor and the crew of the USS Arizona. The memorial was erected over the remains of the ship. Every year, 1.6 million people visit the Pearl Harbor and USS Arizona Memorial to honor and to mourn. The monumental task of designing the memorial was given to Alfred Price, an Austrian-born American who'd fled Austria in 1939 in the face of German aggression. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, Alfred Price was a political prisoner for 3 months as part of the internment policy of Japanese and German Americans. His son said that Price believed in the good of the country. He understood why he was put there. At the camp, scholars, intellectuals, ministers, priests, and all manner of professionals created an unofficial university to keep their spirits up. Price taught calisthenics to help. From the camp, he could see his house, which was foreclosed from lack of payment while he was a prisoner. But none of this stopped him from honoring the memory of the attack on Pearl Harbor and the USS Arizona with one of the most peaceful and touching war memorials in the world. The memorial appears to be suspended over the remains of the ship, but symbolically does not touch it. Its side walls and roof are open to the sea and the sky. Its 21 open-air windows are set to reference a 21-gun salute. From the book, Remembering Pearl Harbor, the story of the USS Arizona Memorial, author Michael Slackman says that Price viewed the United States as a pacifist nation that would inevitably sustain the first blow in any war. Once aroused by that shock, the nation could overcome virtually any obstacle to victory. His design for the memorial would remind Americans of the inevitability of this initial defeat, of the potential for victory, and the sacrifices necessary to make the painful journey from defeat to victory. Of the memorial, Alfred Price said, "Remembering that the remains of the 1,177 officers and men who died on the Arizona are permanently entombed in its hull makes the hull the true memorial to be visited, to be reflected on, and to be honored. That makes the bridge auxiliary to the hull. By providing visual access to the hull, without necessitating a human foot or shoe to step on it, the hull remains clean, pure, holy. The utter simplicity of the memorial allows it to become an intimate personal experience for all those who walk through it, as if stepping through a dimension of time and history. Initially, the memorial was criticized for its sagging center design. From Langmead's book, Icons of American Architecture, Price had this to say in response to the criticism: "Wherein the structure sags in the center, but stands strong and vigorous at the ends, expresses initial defeat and ultimate victory. The overall effect is one of serenity. Overtones of sadness have been omitted to permit the individual to contemplate his own personal responses, his innermost feelings." Of the officers, sailors, and Marines who were assigned to the USS Arizona during the attack on Pearl Harbor, 335 survived. Some were aboard during the attack, some were away on liberty, some were training or assigned to special duties ashore. In the shrine room at the USS Arizona Memorial, there is a marble wall engraved with the names of those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. One of the things that touched me the most, when I had the privilege of visiting this memorial, was a smaller wall, with the names of the USS Arizona survivors who chose to rejoin their shipmates. In 1982, Navy Chief Petty Officer Stanley M. Teslo begged the United States government to allow his remains to be buried with his USS Arizona brothers, making him the first survivor to return and make the USS Arizona his final resting place. Since then, 41 survivors have been buried with their fallen shipmates, a testament to loyalty, brotherhood, friendship, duty, and honor. As of 2016, there were 5 USS Arizona survivors left. The USS Arizona Memorial is an unforgettable symbol of the price Americans have had to pay for freedom. It's a symbol of courage. It's a place to understand and learn from our past and our history, to remember what we've lost and what we've gained, and to honor the sacrifices of those who made our lives today possible. And that's today's Happy Nugget. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it, and subscribe. As always, I link below the video anything I recommend. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. See you next time.